probably to not your surprise, I am still addicted to Entropia Universe, though I swear there will be more Ragnarok videos coming. It's just that I have not had too much free time to even play video games, and since I have such a strong addiction going to this game, I've only been playing this video game when I do have that spare time. So, for right now, we're just going to recap on, first I'm going to move this thing closer. Recap on where I've been, what's been going on. So, for those of you who do not know, I am getting married soon. Getting married in pretty much exactly 3 months. 3 months and 3 days to be specific. Not sure why I put my ship down over there, because I'm not going to be able to safely make it over there. These things hit really hard, and that's the only reason I put that down as a precaution, but I think I might be able to kill him. Come on, don't hit me again, don't hit me again. Yes. Alright, sweet. Alright. Usually, you won't come across those level 15s here, so won't have too much trouble. So, getting married in October. So basically every weekend for like the past 3 weekends, I guess, I've been away doing stuff. New Jersey, at the beach. Had to help my parents with a craft show at the beach too last weekend. Tomorrow, going to get my suit alterations. Another wedding thing. But I'm hoping to get some time, maybe Sunday, to do some Ragnarok streaming. We'll do some sort of instance that I can bring someone to, whether it be ET or if somebody wants to get some bio kills. We can do some bio runs as well. That would be pretty fun. Just don't touch my loot. I am willing to share though, if you help. But yeah, I just haven't really had too much drive for the Ragnarok bug and not much time for games in general. And this is kind of a nice, relaxing, repetitive game. Much like Ragnarok, to where something nice to do in your spare time, just to take your mind off of the craziness. My job has also been fairly insane lately, with not many people left working there. Things have been getting a little crazy. Things have been going wrong that people that no longer work there were the only ones that know how to solve. So it's been interesting last few weeks of work. If you haven't heard me complain about work before, you know that my boss, my new boss, is in China, where all of our developers are. So communication is not easy or fast. So yeah, I pretty much almost went insane this last week. I wanted to do some streaming yesterday, but we didn't get out until like way later today, thankfully. The big, one of the big issues was resolved fairly fast, and got to get out a little bit early, so here we are, streaming. Hopefully getting some sweet loot. I was playing earlier today at the same spot, which I'm going to try and finish this kill count on this stream. I've got 114 left. Got a 99 or 98 ped global, which is my highest solo global. And that was this morning here. Probably throw on some tunes though, because sometimes the music just ends. Hold please. So I don't know why that started happening, where OBS is. So you'll see the player come up and everything. It's gonna be so loud for those 2 seconds. Should be better. But yeah, for some reason OBS started layering the windows like it used to be window specific. But now like anything that overlaps my current focus window, it's a nice crit. It's kind of at the point where I didn't need a crit, it would have died to a normal attack at that point. Which seems to happen a lot. But yeah, it's pretty annoying how it overlaps like that. And I switch between the LLC 16 with the A104 and right now the ISIS LLP 10. It's gonna break soon, probably like 10 more minutes. But I also have the Zentech, which I'll then put the A102 on, which is almost like a clone of the damage of that pistol, except it's slower fire rate, so not as much DPS, but I'm only using it as a finishing weapon anyway, because the burn rate on the LLC 16 is crazy. 1280 ammo per shot, so quite a bit. Actually, before we go any further, I want to pop a skill pill because it's not often I find myself with knowingly 1 hour to hunt. Don't need any other stims. Those other pills increase like stats, reload rate, regeneration, walk speed, all sorts of things. But I don't need any of those right now. It's a nice pistol crit. Oh, double pistol crit. And that's the Zentech with the CX Syncatus super low level amp. That amp's about to burn out, and once that burns out, I'm no longer going to use it. The A102 is much better with that gun anyway, in terms of damage dished out per peck. That's really all this game is about, which is just resource monitoring and management. And hunting and hoping you get sweet loot. And these Armax actually drop quite an array of amazing weapons. So maybe one day we'll get some sweet Hall of Fame drop, some rare item. Because the Armax chain, I finished out my, which one was I doing last? Combibos. It's gone off the list. I did all 5 rounds. Which the rounds work out to be like 16,600 kills before you finish all 5 rounds. So this is the next one on my list to do. Big step up from Combibo, which are a much lower level creature. So far the loot has been meh. see, we'll count it into the mature one. We put 3, 4. Shots at 1280 ammo each. So we lost like 0.18, 0.2 on that one. Not too bad, but I mean, if you can really get it down to where you can't control the loot, but find a spot that reliably gives you back half or more of the ammo spent to kill, then you'll usually break even or better, because you'll get the oddball drop of either decent chunk like 15 to 20, maybe 10 to 20, or a global for like 100 or so. Which earlier I got like 5 drops between 7 and 15 ped, and then a 98 ped global. Can't remember if it was 98 or 99. I took a screenshot, but the only place to have it saved is in a Discord channel, so have to access that later. But yeah, besides for the getting married, just busy, work, exploring other work opportunities. Like that one was 1.7, which I would never spend 1.7 on killing one, so that's why I like this place, because it seems to overpay on a regular basis. There was like no worse time to get a crit on that. Like those little ones cost 0.7 to kill, and that was almost exactly 0.7 back. That's the biggest issue here, is that the mobs hit real hard and you can't deal with multiple. You'll always have your space shuttle ready, which I used to call it a space shuttle, and then I used to like bite my tongue because I thought that you could not fly a Sleipnir in space. But apparently if you get a space thruster for it, you can take that baby to another planet. It's like the slowest ship in the game, so to fly to Arcadia it takes 40 minutes. So it's not the best machine to fly to other planets with. Come on, quad wing. Oh, come on. See, these level like 14 and 15 ones, tough. Just because they're much faster and they hit for much more. Touches us, hopefully. Yep. Oh, look at that. Nice. 29. So that's way more than we've put out already, so we are in the green already. Chose a bad time to stream, or nobody wants to watch Entropia because I'm chilling at one viewer, and I appreciate our one viewer for their loyalty. They've stuck through it all, through the boring and the excitement. Oh yeah, we can talk Ragnarok news too, for those who are watching this video after it's uploaded. 15.2 update comes out soon. It got onto Sakurai this week yesterday after maintenance. Not exactly sure what that entails, but pretty sure they said Horror Toy Factory was coming soon, so let's hope that's part of it. It'll be fun to get a new instance, make a little guide for it, and hopefully it has some sweet drops so that I actually have something that I want to run. Correct me if I'm wrong, people watching later. Did the Excellion suit come out? Because that is something pretty dope. Heard about Crimson Weapons coming out. Oh god, see how hard that thing hits. Let's see, that one paid back like exactly what it costs to kill. Those level 15s take about 2. It's a little bit over 2. But I'm really just counting the ammo used. The thing you gotta think about as well is the weapon decay. Because the weapons I'm using right now, everything that I have besides the Zentech, is a limited weapon, so that means once it burns out, that's why I said the pistol, it's got like 15 minutes to go before it breaks. All these pistols, rifles, everything, they all have the L right there. It means they're limited. Once they're out, like this ISIS LLC-13 that I had earlier, which is like, it's like 0.5 away from going out, and I didn't want to deal with having to switch the amp and everything while we were streaming, so I just went ahead and popped on the 16. And apparently, according to a really old data gathering website for this game, these things drop LLC 16s. So far, have not gotten a gun from them, and my buddy from our Discord channel, who's super high level, was hunting the big ones, and he only got an LLC 3. And I can get plenty of LLC 3s from Combibos. Look at that, somebody just got an 11 pet global from a Combibo old, and you'll see this global for 11 pet, we just got 29. Why didn't we get a global? Because on lower level creatures they have a lower global threshold, so Armax and most other big creatures takes 50 ped to global. But that's nice because 29's great, but 29, that supplies like, I mean, it's hard to compare it at this spot because we've been getting at least steady repacks as we get Blazer Fragments. So you get Blazer Fragments, you get a no loot, your flat loss of 0.7. So let's say you have 29 of those experiences. It basically burns up all of our little profit right there. So while 29 is quite a chunk, we really do want that global of 50 or more to really put a dent in paying the bills, if you will. It's funny too, in this game, like, you really could use the term paying the bills because you can have like a freaking apartment and shit. You can build houses too. It's pretty wild. But so far I've seen no purpose to building a house other than to have like a cool place to store your items. Like, instead of having Blazer Fragments again, especially from the big one, that's not good. See, so we're burning through that little mini drop we had. But yeah, I guess it's cool to like go to like a mansion and see somebody who's got all these nifty items hanging on the walls all over. But so far it's just a fancy way to store things, is what I've seen. Never tell when their health's low. It's like, what gun do I use that burns the least ammo but still get the kill in a reasonable amount of time before they regain health? looks like we have 2 viewers. Hello, new viewer. I hope you can bear your eyes for a little bit while I grind through some mobs. Hopefully we get some cool loot. For those of you who don't have too much of a knowledge of the history of this game, it's about as old as Ragnarok, despite the graphics. Though I implore you to go to YouTube and look for some older videos, because you'll see that the graphics were very much N64-like before they did a major update in 2014 or 2015. What's up? Oh, look, we got 4 viewers. Sorry, I see that it's you, but I can't pronounce your name, so I won't insult you by butchering it on the live air. But we do have a couple more viewers. Welcome, viewers. Hopefully you will bring the loot luck to the table. Nice thing about this game is that people can't, like, loot your creatures. Like, if I were to not be able to get this in time, it could disappear, but no one would be able to get it. The worst thing that can happen to you is you let loot disappear, which rarely happens unless you're like, unless your cat like jumps off the balcony and like you just killed something and you gotta go out there and catch it. You come back and the creature's gone. That sucks, and that happens. My cat jumped off the balcony. I worked from home yesterday, and I'm like, my cat was freaking the hell out, and I had this intense customer. Oh, man. Think it's gonna rain? I think so. Had this intense customer who, was not pleasure to work with. So my cat's freaking out because he wants to go outside, so I'm like, you know what, fine, go outside. Put him outside. And I ended up being on this guy's computer for like an hour and 20 minutes. After I'm done, I'm looking all around for him, like, where's the cat at? I'm like, oh my god, no. It was on the deck. So I go outside, I'm looking all around, can't find him anywhere. I'm like asking my neighbors. Oh, I'm glad that I trailed off into this story because this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I go across the way, tell my neighbor, well, she laughs because she knows I'm looking for my cat, because it's not a rare occurrence by any means. But this time I couldn't, like, usually we could see him, but couldn't see him at all. So we get to talking about how the cat's missing and how on Monday of this week somebody had a fire on their patio because their grill caught on fire and caught something else on fire, I guess. I don't know. I got home from work and I go outside and there's like 10 firefighters, a couple police, and fire trucks like pulling into my neighborhood. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But we get a note on our door 2 days later, on every door in the apartment complex, that there was a grill fire on the patio and how it was contained, but despite that, no one can have grills on their patio anymore, and like every other, oh, look at that, nice, 17ish, 18, yeah, it's 18, and the short Midas tree boards are actually worth double, so it's probably about 20. But yeah, like every house has a freaking grill, and they're like, all grills have to be removed from your property by tomorrow morning. And meanwhile, this note was not on my door when I left for work at 8:30, but it was there when I got home at 5. So I got home early on Monday too, which was nice. But like, so wait, you're expecting to notify people, give them less than 24 hours notice to get rid of their grill off the deck, and like everybody, I have this little tiny crappy grill, So out of protest, I wouldn't put it in like the middle of like the garden area out there, because I really don't care even if they take it, because I haven't used that grill since last year sometime, because it's really crappy propane grill, and I want a charcoal grill anyway. So no one can have grills. Neighbors freaking out about that. I'm like, look around you. No one has moved their one person threw their whole grill away, but basically everybody else just left theirs. So I don't think they're gonna really try too hard to enforce that. And then we turned around. Well, she pointed, saw the cat, so I turned around. The cat's outside. He has been outside for like an hour and a half at this point, and he's got really, oh god, we're gonna die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Come on, be a man. Yes. So yeah, he's got really long fur. He is a naturally hot cat, and it was like 98 yesterday, so he was like panting like a dog when I found him. And then he went upstairs, passed out for like an hour. And then he's begging me to go outside again today. I'm like, do you not realize, like, you are your own worst enemy. You're a danger to yourself and the neighborhood. It's probably pretty dark in here. I'm going to go turn on a light real quick after this kill. After this sweet global that we get right here. Wah, wah. 1.6 though. But yeah, don't worry people, we're gonna definitely push the Ragnarok agenda much harder. I've talked to management. They want me doing at least one Ragnarok video a week now. Management is myself. I should be forcing myself to do one Ragnarok video a week, but I think we'll make more fun out of it with the less I play Ragnarok now, the more instances I have piling up. The more instances I can bring you guys along with to enjoy them. So, it'll be fun for everybody. But until then, if you want to start playing this game, Entropia Universe, know that I would love to have you. It's a very fun game. If you're into really analytical games, into reading a lot about creature drops, weapon efficiencies, all sorts of things, all sorts of ways to save money. Guardian. I have never seen an Armax Bull Guardian here, so we'll kill the thing that's going to be in our walking path. Drop our ship right here. And hope that we kill it. Plan is going to be to backtrack to the ship. Should work. It's probably going to be a little bit faster than level 15s, so hopefully... no, things are going to get hairy. As long as he doesn't hit me too hard, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Of course, I opened Notepad. You can probably see me like spamming W's into Notepad. That was funny. Drop the ship down and repeat. The great thing about Armax is that they really slow regeneration. So backpedaling from them, the rifle works out fairly well. Of course, doesn't drop much at all. Also, I can show you my leveling progression. Oh, we can actually pop out the progress meter down there so you can see my current skills if you guys know about Entropia. And then I will pop out my profession chart. Make sure to be shooting something while we go over this because we're still on the skill pill. Aim a proficient laser sniper hit, level 26. Ranged laser damage 22. That's why I've been mixing it up with the pistols to slow down the progression of laser hit and kind of pick up the ranged laser damage along with raising my pistol, which apparently I reached 19 at earlier, which is pretty awesome. 14. Other professions that I have. Evader, level 9. Very nice. Got some crafting ones too. Been crafting some generic leather textures. Just out of pure boredom. Because those are... You get the leather extractors that you need from them from here, and you get the soft hide, or the animal hides from basically anywhere else in the game. And they are like the cheapest thing to produce, so why not? Get some crafting skills for cheap. Have not had much luck on mining lately. So I don't even actually have any probes right now because my luck was so bad for so long that I was just like, nope. Prioritize hunting over mining. What's up, Paolo? Welcome. Sorry, it's not Ragnarok, but thank you for joining us. Probably said it 100 times, but there's Ragnarok coming this weekend, I swear. It's more than likely going to be Sunday, but it could be tomorrow night. Guaranteed. That's my neighbor complaining about the grill policy change. But we may never know. Nice. Glad you fixed your internet. Maybe you have a future in IT like me. So far we've gotten 2 fairly decent drops. Both valuing around like 20 and 29 ped, like 18 and 29 if we're going by raw item value. Still hoping for the global to happen. Look at that, another nice little one. Midas Tree boards, keep in mind they're worth double because they have a nice markup on them. Got 6 more, so it's like about 10. Actually even more. 275 at times, so almost 3 times as much as they're normally worth. So that's really like 10 bed worth right there. And I actually found out today, like, how you can harvest these boards from trees. Look at that, nice another little one. It's 4.5 almost. 4.27. This game also makes you amazing at doing quick math in your head, but not like super accurate, like this is the kind of math we're gonna land on the moon with, like hey man, we need some math real quick to figure out how like this bike jump's gonna work. And no one could really get that potentially hurt. Hillbilly math. Not. Let's program with this kind of math and end up making a really crappy game. Some people complain about the loot algorithm in this game, but I will say it's one of the most unique and frustrating at times, but also very amazing at times. Like we were doing, me and my mentor and his other mentee. We have our little crew of 3 guys. It's Lunatic, Super Prez, and me. We usually go and do our hunts, well, Lunatic streams on Twitch. But we went and did this one, it's like a public instance that happens every so often at this one area. Like, as long as you're there, you wait, it'll happen. If you complete it, it'll happen again in 5 minutes. But it's basically just a wave spawn and then a boss. But before the boss spawn on the 5th wave, we were killing one of like the 2nd highest creatures besides the boss, and we got I don't know how much it was like 180, 200 pet global, but split between the 3 of us, and I got like 34 myself, but 19 of it was this thing called an empty skill implant, which, like, since I've started this game, I've wanted to see one of those. The graphic does not look as cool as I would have expected, so that kind of sucked. But this empty skill implant that I got, its valuation, the markup on it right now is like 980%, so basically worth 10 times what you get. So that empty skill implant that I got that was worth 19 was actually worth 187. And Lunatic, being the nice guy that he is, decided that he would just buy it out for me and Supa. So he gave us each half of its worth. Made that hunt really nice. But yeah, that goes to show you, like, the loot is so strange that even if you're like fighting a big boss and you do like small amount of damage, you could get a weapon that's worth a small amount in head, but when it comes to markup, it could be worth sometimes thousands of dollars. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna still do some Ragnarok 0. Man, I was just talking about that actually. We'll be doing some instances probably on Sunday. I'll try to bring some people along. We could definitely do an RK ET run. I've been meaning to do a genetic ET run since we can do the full thing on there and bring somebody along. That would be kind of fun. But yeah, whatever I'm feeling that day, we'll do some ET, and then I was thinking also of starting to bring people to Bio 4 instance. Because you can get some cool items by finishing the quest, and all you really need are the kill counts, and as long as you promise not to take my loot and stand in this one little spot where you will not get injured. If you watch like all my Bio videos, you'll know the spot. The spot where I hide my Sura in that one video. But yeah, you go there, you get the quest, kill them, we'll make like a weekly thing out of it. Actually, Bio, although it's 3 days, I can't commit to doing every 3 days, especially now. I've been super busy. That's what I was hoping to discuss with more people during this is that I've got a wedding coming up in a couple months. I may have some more job opportunities coming up, so I may be transitioning jobs. So it's been a busy last month. Haven't really had too much time to upload or stream. But I promised earlier in the video, and we'll reaffirm that now, that we will try to make a weekly Ragnarok event stream where you guys can all come along. That's another big one up there. See, we got the 29 was, I think, from an old, so hopefully we'll get a meaty global from one of them too. My global earlier this morning, the 98 one, was from a young, so would love a global from a provider. Be like 220. Oh man, this is gonna get ugly. Always have the ship ready. I'm pretty sure that this style of death avoidance is frowned upon, but I'm sorry, but it's like the best technique in the world, so. Lame. About half of what it took to kill it. But I won't complain about this hunt. So far, we're doing excellent in terms of loot collection. We're probably breaking even right now. Maybe even slightly up. But see, that's the thing, is that you just need to find a spot that's got decent loot. Something that's not completely out of your league, so you're like putting all your effort into killing one creature, and that you only have the supplies to kill, say, 20 of those creatures. You're not going to get your return within 20 creatures. You need a very large sample size, which is why these kill quests are so wide. There's plenty of kill quests where I haven't globaled in the first 2 rounds. Like for Combibos, I didn't global until the 3rd or 4th stage. But then the points that it takes to do 3, 4, and 5, I probably globaled 30 times easy on those. Granted, they were all small. The highest one was like 26, but they also take nothing to kill. Like, I think they take 0.17. Yes, there will be much more Ragnarok. I have been slacking way too much on this channel as it is, which I will admittedly say is because it's partially because I've had a very busy schedule, but man, I am like harshly addicted to Entropia, but we gotta mix it up, so go back to the roots, especially with 15.2 update coming next week. I mean, there's still even the EXE update that came for Ragnarok 2 weeks ago. I haven't even fully explored. Spiky says that the Bio 4 instance graphics look a little bit better, but he said it could have also been because he hasn't played in so long, which he's also been slightly hiatus on the Ragnarok train. But yeah, real excited for Nightmare Class Time whenever that comes out, which we're probably looking at winter on that. This is not a good spot to be. Ideally, you want these things to be dead before they even get to you, because every time they hit you, you're losing armor value, and that's more repair costs. 15.2, I'm not positive. I haven't read too much. It's all been added to Sakurai. I want to say Nightmare... Not Nightmare Glass Time, Nightmare Toy Factory. Or Horror Toy Factory. But I'm not positive. I know for sure that the Crimson Weapon updates just came. But in the words of Spiky as well, that's not a good enough reason to log back on. Because I don't think that, I don't think they replace too much. I will surely have more info about 15.2 when we do our stream, though. I promise to do my homework before that. This was more of the precursor, like... It's not even raining yet. It's just like crazy thunder. Uh-oh. I know you all saw that. So when your screens go black, you'll know what happened. Could be one of the best streams ever if it ends like that. That would be awesome. See like a loud, or like see crazy lightning out there and then hear a loud boom and then cuts to black. I would export that video just like that as soon as my power came back on. Show you guys this one other technique for hunting. These things are like, they're not too slow in terms of some creatures' slowness in this game, but this little technique works for the let me kill this thing real quick. Fiance texts me, do you see this crazy storm? Oh no. See right there? I should have switched to the other gun that burns less ammo to finish it, but yeah, I'm hearing it too. It's crazy. So if you're like trying to run away from something and you don't want it to hit you at all, get your aim going. You jump backwards. You jump to the side, and because you're sideways, your movement speed increases, and when you jump, even though you're turning back to facing the creature, while you're in the air, you're still traveling at the same speed as when you were running sideways. That probably was a combination of me saying walking and running, saying running sideways. Oh god, provider. Talk about being screwed. Not the best ship player. Holy crap. How loud is this storm? Anybody watching? Because I bet it sounds loud, but I could not give you an accurate description of it, being that I'm wearing freaking headphones and it's still loud. Sure, it is picking up gloriously on this microphone. Holy crap. Now it's raining. Oh, yes. Nice. 24. Oh my god. Nightmare dungeons. There's a couple new instances that are coming out. It's basically like most of the Nightmare ones. Nightmare Toy... Well, I think it's called Horror Toy Factory because it's its own instance, so it's not really a nightmare. But the Nightmare Glass Time is just the old Glass Time instance with, it's like 10 times harder. Oh man, this power is gonna go out any minute. Holy crap! But some of the Nightmare dungeons are instances like Nightmare Glass Time, but there's also like Nightmare Amon-Ra and Pyramids, which is just like a map in itself. Those have just higher level Barretts, like they have Nightmare Barretts, which are just a higher level creature. Nightmare Ancient Mummy is basically a clone of the map. There's also a Nightmare regular Glass Time, not instance. But I haven't heard too many good things about that or any reason to go, so haven't been there. Nightmare Glass Time is great because if you look at my channel, there's instance Old Glass Time, which is a fun one in itself. Nightmare Glass Time is like the top standard for extreme difficult solo instance. I'm gonna title this like the stream where there's an insane storm. Tsunami stream. Basically, yeah, it's like adding difficulty to an old dungeon. They combine some of the things that you see in Face Worm instance with some of the old Glass Time instance stuff. Like the crazy poison cloud thing that Face Worm Queen uses. Corruption Root uses that again. These providers scare me. They just hit so hard. And there are these armor pad things that my buddy told me to get. He even showed me them, but I didn't write down what they were. But those apparently are like severely helpful. Look at that beautiful park job. Yeah, come back and attack me, bro. What you know about that? Alright. I gotta like take one second to die. Secret, if you play Entropia and you don't want to waste oil, jump in your ship and jump into the passenger seat. You won't burn oil. But let me look at this storm real quick. This would be appropriately named the Tsunami Stream, so probably what it will be. $20 more kills until we're done with the Armax challenge. Round 2. Oh, trying to drive from the freaking passenger seat. It's not gonna work. Ask my fiance if I try to drive from the passenger seat. All the time. Always got something to say. also just love how you can, like, just grab that spaceship and just throw it right into your pocket of your skin-tight jumpsuit. Oh crap, wrong button. Oh, whoa. Holy shiza, too big. Big hits. I didn't even know Eomon Prowler was a thing. Eomon Bolt, wow. Both those hits were $1,100 and $1,400, that's crazy. Oh yeah, but I meant to bring that up. Last Sunday, driving back from helping my parents in Long Beach Island with their craft show. Went very well. There was so much traffic, but there was this event going on that weekend that I did participate in on just a little bit before I went to the beach. And, did okay. Kind of like broke even, just because I got like one decent weapon from this boss called Old Fred. And Old Fred is just a long tooth, big dinosaur, but he's got 140,000 health and he's level 540. It's very fun though, it's like hundreds of people attacking him, so it was not too difficult to bring him down and not die in the process with hundreds of people shooting. But while I was in the car on my way home, Old Fred here had an all-time high, 168,000 ped, $16,800 of direct loot. I only have heard of one person that my mentor knows who was there, and they got $1,200 worth of ammo out of it, which is insane. I, however, went back to Old Fred after that, knowing that there wouldn't be anything awesome. And I'm still part of a 4,400 ped Hall of Fame that got I got 100 ped out of it, which was nice. It's me being the lowly one that I am, not able to do too much damage yet. Definitely doing much better than in the early videos, if you can't tell. Probably the loudest stream ever. That's one sound that I just can't plan for. Thunderstorm. Still got about 8 minutes on our skill pill. Means we're probably gonna finish the kill count before that's over, so we'll have to keep killing before we turn it in, probably, just to make the most out of the skill pill. I mentioned this before as well, but the way that weapons work in this game is that you have a recommended level to use it for hit and damage, so you need ranged laser damage and that weapon type of hit in order to be able to use it at max. Although I am 16, I'm 19 for pistol hit and 22 for damage, which is high enough to use it at 100%. But it's not maxed, it's still in the learning period, so there's a chance that I could miss completely with my shot. It doesn't really happen too often, but it's a complete waste of a bullet if you do that. So that's why it's best to use weapons you're only maxed in, but I do like the LLP-16 because it's a really strong pistol for my level, and it rarely misses, especially since I really hold off on using it till I can burn through as many LLP-10s as I can and skill up. I'm really surprised the power hasn't gone out, but that's it's a good sign. Got a 31% laser weapon skill boost for the next 5 minutes, which is perfect because that's how long our skill pill is too. Got almost the same loot from both of them, and one of them was level 14. It's the thing about this game, though. It's like, the only thing I can compare it to is that every creature basically has the ability to drop an MVP card. Like, there is a chance that one of these Armaxes could drop me a 10,000 ped global. Very rare, likely not going to happen, but if you get that crazy multiplier, that's all it takes. But at the same time, like, if you're hunting Old Fred, who a regular kill of Old Fred would drop 250 ped. It takes about 500 to kill him. But if you hit that multiplier that makes 250 into 168,000, then yeah, that same multiplier could hit these that regularly drop 0.8, 0.3 right there, or like 2, like these bulls. The bulls definitely drop better, or more consistent, higher loot. But I like that the cows drop boards more frequently. Sounds like the music has ended, so let's see if the Entropia music is at all valid. It's funny, whenever I play this game with the music on, it's like reminds me of like Skyrim or Oblivion. And that, I swear, is like the same music that's used in the pyramid in Final Fantasy VII when you're going through like the mazes where you have to fight the brothers. That music is the exact same. And you'll also notice that the sound for a global in this game is, or you won't notice because I never get them, is the same as leveling up in Ragnarok. Which I'm sure you can't copyright like 3 notes on a trumpet, but who knows? Oh, that's 500 kills right there. Got 1 minute on our skills, so let's go kill just a few more. Make the most out of pistol. See, that person just got a global on the Eviscerator for 94 ped. That's exactly how much it costs to kill. And it doesn't always drop that. That's a big boss that people do solo sometimes. Pretty sure you have to have a healer with you though to solo it. That's how most of like the really big bosses work in this game. Like at the very least, you'll need a healer for some solo bosses. I think the Eviscerator is like only like level 150 or something now. That was close. This is gonna be our last kill anyway, so go big or go home. Come on, big money provider. What? There's something wrong with my gun to where I can't use it. This happens every so often. Like the game glitches out and it locks one of your items. And see, the worst part about that is that I can't even take the amp off and throw it onto one of my LLP-16s, which does around the same DPS. No, I have to kill this provider with the Zentech and the LLP-10. Joyous. There we go. Of course, he gives us crap loot, but let's fly on back to Jura, turn this in. And yeah, that's pretty much today. Unfortunately, we still didn't get a global, so maybe after we turn it in, we'll head back. The more I play this, the more I learn too. It's not a game to change up your hunting areas too much, too fast. It's best to focus on one quest chain, and also, for some reason, the loot return seems better if you don't move around too much. Like, unless you're consistently doing bad, then yes, move. Like, if we got maybe like one decent little 15 ped drop throughout that whole time, then it would definitely be time to move, because you're obviously just burning money there. But we're getting steady loot at Armax, so if the loot's there, you basically want to stay where the loot's at. Fortunately, this gun is locked, so we're gonna have to relog. Actually, I don't know, maybe teleporting will change it, but we'll see. It's funny, can't even repair it, that's hilarious. So yeah, that's not gonna work. see what teleporting does. I know this place has an iron challenge board to turn it in. Range damage for sure. Take a look at our current range damage, which is 77.13%. .8 or 0.73, and that skill does not increase fast, so that's definitely good. And the great part about the Armax challenge is that the whole way up is range damage increase. Most of them change, like Kerberos, you get range damage for round 4, but then round 5 is strictly for melee, so I'm going to finish 4 for that and then hold off. Just to do quests that are strictly for range damage. I feel like we should go somewhere just because I'm boring you guys with this Armax hunting. Is my weapon unlocked? It's not unlocked. So let me relog real quick. So, how are you guys doing, staring at this blank screen? It's still thundering. Got out of work so early. I was like about to sign off stream thinking that it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's 5:30. Can definitely hunt for at least another 30 minutes. But yeah, it's I was talking about old Fred, so I might as well show you what a long tooth is. Oh, come on. What the hell? I logged in and it said timeout. I'm like froze my character and cut me out. That is the one complaint I will say really bad, is really bad about this game, is connecting to the server. And I thought it was just my internet, but I've heard lots of complaints about connecting as well as maintaining connection to the server, just having a steady connection overall. Looks like it's coming back to life. Come on. I knew it was gonna happen. It's the exact same thing that happened last time. Now you see why I was avoiding logging off at all costs. I don't like that little lag there. It's a problem when you have to load a game that's like bigger than any other MMO on a server that's in Sweden. Can I explain what this game is about? Yes. Alright, this game is Entropia Universe. It was created in 2003, so it came out slightly after Ragnarok. It was one of the first MMOs. It's a sci-fi space grinding game, I will say for sure. It is mainly a grinding game, but it's a very interesting grinding game. It has a real cash-based economy, which means we gotta repair the weapons real quick. So this ped right here in my inventory right there, 138 ped, you could take that out of the game if you wanted to, and that would be $13.80. So everything in the game can be sold for real money. Real money can be put into the game to buy items at any time. It's extremely expansive. There's 7 planets. Planets are way too big to even walk across. You usually have to take a space shuttle or some sort of craft to get around fast. The goal overall, I guess, would be to be in a strong society, get a mothership that you can fly around to different planets and use to do all kinds of fun things. There are people who are pirates who sit in space with very strong gunships and wait for ships to try to cross between planets, and they'll rob you, take all of anything that's stackable. It's very unique. You can own plots of land in the game. You can buy land deeds, and from whatever happens on those lands, whether it's people hunting or mining and getting loot on there, you gain certain percentages if you own the land. There's also something called a land grab, which happens every year, where it's a mass guild war for areas which you don't have to buy the deed for, you just have to win them to be the last guild standing. And you then own the percentages earned on that land as well. So it's very team oriented, but it's also grinding and solo oriented. But it's a very expansive and interesting game, I will say. So I just want to repair the guns right now. The armor's not really dinged up too much. It's not really worth repairing. Ammo we are looking mighty fine on. I could sell the Armax stuff, but I don't really plan on killing too many Longtooth. I just kind of want to show you what a Longtooth is. These are creatures that are only available once a year. There's Eomons and Longtooth, which are both migratory creatures, which means they only appear during the summer, during the migration months. They have the potential of dropping some of the largest loot. They're also a serious gamble mob, which means the loot is not nearly as consistent as the Armax we were just hunting, but the potential for large loots is better. I would say better with a grain of salt, because I've gotten better Armax globals than I've ever gotten Longtooth globals. So, Longtooths take twice as much ammo to kill. So these young ones I can typically kill before they even get to me. So we'll just we'll backtrack, walk, and also be ready to do the side scoot. I feel like I'm in range, but it's making me get too uncomfortably close, especially to that one. They have fairly stupid behavior. Alright, what the hell's going on? It's because he's on this hill. I can't get like a good clear line of sight on him. So go for that one down there. The worst thing you want to do is pull 2 Longtooths onto you. But yeah, Yeah, imagine this little long tooth right here being 100 times the size and having literally 100 times the health. And that's Old Fred, which is the creature that had the all-time high for 168,000 ped last Sunday. Hello, Richard. Welcome. And you'll see they have a higher hit rate than Armax. Lower damage, though. So let's try to take out one of these matures with the side scoot method. Oh man, look at that. 81. I'm glad we came here. Alright. Second kill. Killer. This one I did not have enough distance between us when I started. So let's hope that, yeah, don't destroy me too hard, buddy. Sometimes you just gotta spam that ship spawn and hope that it lands somewhere flat, because you can only land it on a flat surface, so it does not always go down when you want it to. That's what he said. Yes, if you have a ton of time, Marco, I would say give this game a shot. Even if you don't have a ton of time, I mean, it's fun to take it slow. It's just, I have a very obsessive gaming personality, so every gaming moment goes into this. But I swear, I said it earlier 100 times on this video, on this stream, there is more Ragnarok coming. Do not worry, do not fear. I don't feel like jumping all over the place anymore, so give me a young one to kill. There we are. But I mean, we might head out of Longtooths early, because if you can pull out a nice global like that and only killing a couple, it's all profit right there. yes, I would definitely say that's the perfect description of this game's difficulty. It's hard and extremely simple. Like, the goal is kill this thing and don't die. Try to get hit as least as possible so that you don't wear down your armor. But then there's more complicated levels of it where if you look at the guns, it's like there's various types of damage. There is damage penetration, there's damage burn damage, there's different amplifiers that go on the guns that add different types of damage. If you don't want to use guns, you can use knives, swords, maces, axes. If you don't want to use anything sharp at all or anything like a gun, you want to use some sort of magic. I don't have any of them on me right now, but I have a couple of Mind Force chips, which you can do like lightning attack, fire attack, acid attack, electricity, all sorts of things. Certain creatures are more vulnerable to those. Certain armors prevent from those things. It's very, very complex, but it's more like it's a very analytical game. Like, you can learn just as much about it by playing it as you can reading it. So you'll play, you'll die, you'll figure out like what you did wrong by reading about it. But in the event that it's a real cash game like it is, you kind of want to limit your exploratory nature so that you're not wasting real money playing the game, trying to figure things out. If you do pick it up, I would suggest getting a mentor as soon as possible. I waited too long to get a mentor, but I'm glad I have one now. Especially since like everybody that plays this game kind of is on the same page about like you can lose real money if you're not careful, so everybody's kind of really nice. Like, people don't give bad advice, people don't really try to actively screw you over. But then, like every other game, there's those small little tricks like the side step that will increase your chances of playing at a more positive rate. And I think on that note, we're gonna pop out of Longtooth's because we've got the loot that we wanted. I came here to show you a Longtooth. We got a global, so that's good enough. The Longtooth quest that I'm on right now, I've been advised to finish next year because it's not worth it to use as many supplies as I would to kill that many points of Longtooth. So best to focus on Armax or Argonauts or any of those creatures that will give me other skills and are easier to kill. Yeomans are the real big things that I can't even kill a young one. A young Longtooth has 1200 health. A young Yeoman has 5000. Young Longtooth hits for 12 damage. Young Yeoman hits for about 45-50. So yeah, it's intense. Would like to finish this one because I could get the handgun skills. What I would get, I wouldn't get the rifle because I have so much rifle. Oh yeah, but if you're watching earlier when I was saying how I really wanted to get an empty skill implant, which is what I got on our last hunt with my mentor, which we sold, but the cool thing about an empty skill implant is take your skills. With an empty skill implant, I could take the chip and drain all of my knowledge of these skills onto it, sell those skills to someone else who would put that chip in and then automatically learn all of those skills that I put into the chip. So that's when you become like an extremely high level of player who's like, there are some people who are level 160 and higher for a rifle, and there's really no purpose to being higher than 100 in terms of guns because you're able to use every gun at max efficiency at level 100. But what you could do is get a, say, a 1200 ped empty skill implant, fill it with rifle skill, sell that 1200 ped worth of implant, which a 1200 ped empty skill implant is worth 11,000 ped alone without skill in it. So you add that skill to it, and it's then worth like $2,000, $3,000, like 30,000 ped. Sell that to somebody who has $2,000 or $3,000 to spend. I mean, a lot of these viewers are coming from Ragnarok, so they know there are people that come into the game and they're willing to drop lots and lots of money just to buy MVPs or buy gold from websites. This is just a game that allows you to do that legitimately, and it's kind of scary how much some items are worth. You can buy planets in this game. The planet that we're on right now was bought by a company for $6 million. That's how crazy this game goes to scale. If you watch a Guinness Book video, or like Guinness World Records for digital transactions, Entropia is like 8 out of 10 of the world records. What did I want to repair? My armor. Not right now. Just weapons, but not the Zentek. Not the Barbarella. And now we can sell some stuff that we got, because we got that global, so that will be pretty nifty. Most of that was weapon cells, which is great. Because that's what all my gun uses, being a laser sniper and pistolier. And with the trade terminal, you can sell like anything that you get. This is everything we got over that hunt. And then we got 213 ped in shrapnel. Or I started with 100 ped, so we got 113 ped shrapnel. So that hunt was like 230. Which is very good, because we did not use that much ammo. But yeah, all this stuff I won't sell to the trade terminal because it's got markup value. This is what people are willing to pay in the auction house for these items. And animal oils are usually typically low, like 104, but I just sit on those until I have hundreds of ped in them and then sell them, because 100 ped at 104s, 104 ped, but you'd only get 100 for selling it to the trade terminal. I think this one has a decent one too. 260. So we'll sell the stuff that has no markup. Go over to our storage. Oh, and cool, over here we can do some basic crafting as well. Actually, I don't even need any of those leather extractors since we have some in our inventory. Got some animal hide. These are blueprints, which are used for crafting. And I started with this blueprint, and just from crafting, when you get a rare drop from a blueprint, it's another blueprint. So sometimes you can get some cool ones that are actually worth a decent chunk of money. I actually got the same blueprint from this blueprint. But the more you use a blueprint, the higher its value increases too, because it gets a higher quality rating as you use it. So, to start off crafting, we will equip our material refiner, which we use, put the animal hides into the material refiner. These amount of animal hides will make that many generic leather. It only costs 1 peck to use your refiner, and you don't have to repair it. It will take forever to break. So go to the trade terminal, see how much it's worth. 5.23. And go over to the construction machine, where as long as you have your blueprint on you and your materials, it'll tell you how many attempts you have to create a generic leather texture. I have 61 attempts. Not too many. Usually I do it when I have like 200 or so, but there's really, that's an amazing, like, 38 ped success, or 38 pec success on the first try is pretty rare. So for every failure you see, I lose 0.05. So these successes are bringing back like that much more. And then you have near successes, which sometimes can give you back even more than you've put in. Like that 0.6, where I put in 0.05. And the higher your skills go for crafting, and the higher your quality rating on your blueprints, the better success rate you have. And I'm definitely crafting the lowest end of items because I don't like a big risk, and I just get these items when hunting anyway, and I'm willing to make the risk just because when I get a blueprint out of it, it basically repays the whole cost. But typically I won't get a blueprint unless I'm doing like 100 or more. What's up, Windmo? No problem, thanks for stopping by. Your comment from the last stream loaded up saying how you went to go do laundry and then you missed the end of it. So it's good to see you back. Don't worry, there's gonna be some more stream this weekend, either tomorrow night or Sunday. Do some Ragnarok. Thanks for coming by, and the welcome back. Right now we're just kinda finishing off the stream with some light crafting. Just because we got our Longtooth Global. I really wish we would have gotten an Armax Global, but hey. I'm glad that we went to go explore somewhere else and got it. See you later, Wimmo. Come on. Let's see, you'll know when you get a blueprint when there's like, where are they at? Yeah. It'll appear there, first of all. But, if it's over a ped, usually, that means you got a blueprint in there somewhere. But the most common success rate is obviously the 0.07. That's one generic leather texture and then some tailor remnants. And crafting even has, there's their own Hall of Fames for everything. Highest crafting thing today was explosive projectiles at 15,000. People craft explosive projectiles all day. Those are what you use in rocket launchers. Everybody get hyped for the Ragnarok coming in the future. And I know that Marco's getting hyped right now, downloading Entropia. He's ready to play. 3 in a row, come on. Big money. Six attempts left. It'll stop on the amount that you've keyed in, and then those 6 attempts were from the near successes where I got materials back, which of course they're all gonna fail. I said that as a joke. The last one was a success. Good stuff. Alright, good stuff. I guarantee you we lost money on it, but increased our crafting skills, so. What's up, Penley? This is Entropia Universe. It's a old game. Oh yeah, look at that. We lost 1.87. But not a big loss. Sell that stuff and keep the rest. Well, this is about the end of the stream for tonight, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'm happy as hell that I got out of work early and was able to get back on here. It's been way too long. But yeah, as I said, we're going to be making a priority of it to do a little bit of Ragnarok every week, whether it's just one quick instance or we do some ET and invite the whole gang along. But thanks for sticking around and watching, even though I've been a little slow lately, and even though I've been heavily addicted to Entropia, I still think you should all give it a try. It's a fun game. It's completely free to play. Like, until you get ridiculously addicted, and then you want to dump money into it because it's fun. You can do things faster, and losses in game aren't as detrimental and stopping you in play. If you want to play for free, then you better get used to seeing these little icons right here and wearing this tool right here. Oh yeah. That's what you use to gather sweat from creatures, because that right there, 6,000 sweat, it's about 11 ped. And that would take you a couple days to get. So, whether you're into the slow grind or you're into exploring a vast space, Entropia could be your game. If not, and you want to watch me play Ragnarok, don't worry, that's coming once a week now. So, see you later, guys.